Good morning. I was just looking quickly at the clock to make sure it was still morning. It is. It's 10 o'clock, so definitely still morning. I am getting text messages. I am just having a cup of Christmas coffee, which is delicious. It's the stuff I bought from Wittard's last week. Gosh, was it only last week? And it's already all gone, so you don't get very much. I think it might be like 4 or 5 cups out of the tin, but it's a special coffee, so, and the tin is really pretty, so I'll probably put something else in that. Anyway, so yep, just having a cup of coffee. Aidan is at his childminders, the last one before Christmas, so I'm quite excited to have him for like 2 weeks, so yeah, it'd be nice over Christmas. And yeah, so I have just started uploading the vlog from Monday, and then I'm about to edit the vlog from yesterday. I have just wrapped some presents, like 2 presents, and I have just a small pile of other things to wrap, and I thought to myself, this is too much paper. So I'm going to wrap Andrew's presents, but then I'm going to make Aidan a sack. I know that I'm like adding another thing to the list of things that I need to make before Christmas, but at least if I don't get this made, then I can just wrap them. Not the end of the world. And I could wrap them in newspaper if I was really bothered, but I thought having a sack would be quite a nice little thing. I've seen quite a few of the small businesses that I follow on Instagram have been doing like little personalised Christmas sacks as an alternative, and I just thought it would be a really nice little thing, and it shouldn't take me too long to whip one up on the sewing machine. Definitely not going to be knitting it. So yeah, if I can find a nice fabric. I'm kind of torn between the idea of making him one that's kind of like a little present in itself, so he can then like use it throughout the year to like put stuff in, because he quite likes putting things in bags. So he could have just this little sack that he can use all year, and maybe it can, I feel like it could be quite useful to have like a little drawstring bag, maybe for like some clothes if he's like going on a sleepover or something like that, or like a kit bag if he needs like a change of clothes for like some messy play or something like that. So I think it's quite useful to have a sack anyway, but and then I get to make him a new one every year, which I quite like the idea of as well. And then, you know, as he gets older, I can get more adventurous maybe and make him like a rucksack kind of bag and things like that. I don't know. Crazy thoughts. But yeah, nice sort of little slow productive morning. And I'm sure I will get onto some knitting soon. Yeah, really need to start thinking about Christmas food, because otherwise we're not going to be eating very much over Christmas, because I've not really thought about it at all. I think I know what we're eating, but I haven't done anything about that. So yeah, I need to think about food and shopping and things like that, because I just realised that it is the 18th today. Yeah, the 18th today. So like a week today is Christmas. So yeah, very disorganised. Very disorganised. So we just got back from Aldi, and I was like, we need to go to Aldi and get some food for Christmas. So I've bought some things to go in the freezer. Our kitchen is really small. Let me see. Like, this is it. So like, this is like all the counter space that we have, and we've still got a pumpkin and like, you know, toasters and things. So we have very little counter space, so as much as we would love to make the food from scratch, I normally would plan to make food from scratch, we are just not going to be able to do that. So, and we've got Christmas Day, it's just going to be the three of us, and then I think on the 28th or 29th my parents coming over and Andrew's parents are visiting from Derbyshire, so we're going to have a full house, and we're going to do like a festive meal, not Christmas dinner, but a festive meal. Andrew and his parents are vegetarian, so we've got vegetarian options. So for them, we got, the choice was, we were late on Christmas food, really late on Christmas food. So it was a bit of like what's left, but thankfully they did have some festive-y bits. So we got this one, root vegetable and cranberry sauce pastry crowns. We got 4 of those for Andrew and his parents, and then for me, Andrew and Aidan for Christmas Day we got a choice of Emmental asparagus parcels, which sound very nice, or red pepper and mozzarella parcels, and then we'll get all like fresh veg. We'll get some potatoes and do some roast potatoes and things like that. And then my parents are bringing, the boiler is really loud, my parents are bringing some meat for me and them, and Aidan will probably have a little bit of both. And I'm going to do sort of a bit more of a kind of classic Christmas dinner type thing, so we'll have pigs and blankets. So those are freezable. And yeah, basically I just wanted it to be super easy on the day. Didn't want anyone to have to spend a huge amount of time in the kitchen, because like I say, it's really small. It's really only big enough for one person to be in here. So I didn't want anybody to have to be stuck in the kitchen on like Christmas Day, but not Christmas Day, but you know, like family day. So yeah, I wanted to make it as easy as possible. We'll do all the fruit, we'll do all the veg, and if we do like roast potatoes, gravy, things like that, that'll all be fresh. But yeah, anything more complicated than that, just wanted it to be, get it out of the freezer when we're ready to eat, put it in the oven. So yeah. Although now I have to fit it all in our freezer, which is this section of the fridge. Wish me luck. So I've just been doing a bit of organising in our spare bedroom ahead of Christmas, because we're having Andrew's family, or Andrew's parents, to stay for a couple of days after Christmas, so we needed to make sure that there was space to get out the spare bed. We've got like a stacking bed, so it's like a single and then you can take the top bed off and it's double. So I had to just clear a load of stuff. We're taking some stuff into storage over the weekend, and so because of that, and I didn't know how long it was going to be before we'd get the stuff, go and get the stuff back out of storage again, because for various other reasons we're leaving stuff in storage for a little while. I thought that I would go through my yarn very quickly and make sure that I had enough wool yarn project things to keep me going, in case we don't get there until like February. So obviously I've got a couple of projects that I'm working on at the moment, but hopefully at least 3 of the projects that I'm currently working on will be like wrapped up before the end of December, which leaves me with a pair of socks on the needles that I'm actively working on. So I thought, well, I need to have some other stuff. So I kind of went through what I've got hanging about. I picked a couple of skeins balls of sock yarn, nice purples. These have been in my stash for a while, so would quite like to get them done. So I picked those so that I had socks to be working on, and then I want to make an everyday slouchy beanie, and I picked this Ritual Dyes yarn up when we went to Austin. This is the leather colourway in their maiden base and their fay base. So this is lace weight, and this is 2-ply merino nylon blend. So I thought they would be really nice together. This will be like super soft, and I think this will be the first time that I've really worked with mohair, like really good quality mohair. I've worked with like scratchy mohair, but this is like, I see what everyone's going on about when they're talking about holding like mohair together with things, because previously I've been like, why would you want to hold mohair with anything? It's so scratchy, but this is like super soft. I could just like rub it everywhere. So that's going to be an everyday slouchy beanie, and I don't think that'll take too long to make. So that should be good. And then this is a project that I'm already working on. It's a Debbie Bliss blanket, baby blanket. So I just dug that back out again and thought that now that we're expecting another little one, it would be nice to make them a blanket. So I thought it's always nice to have like a crochet project on the go as well. And I've already got 2-3 rows, 2.5 rows of that done, so I want to get on with that. And then this is like my like current works in project basket. So it's got a lot of like stuff that I'm using in projects at the moment. So that's Aiden's stocking, and then I've no idea what else is in here. This is my scrappy granny square blanket. So that's using leftover bits of sock yarn. Kind of got the idea that this will, like, I don't know, be done for when Aiden goes to university or something like that. Hopefully it'll be done before then. But yeah, it's a single bed size, so I'm thinking that that will be for Aiden at some point in the future. And then I'll do another one for this one. I have got, what's this? Okay, this is a shawl I'm working on, the Colour Affection shawl. I've not got very far on this, so a bit further than I thought actually. I've got a little bit done. I'm doing it in lace weight, but it's fairly easy going, I think. But a shawl, always nice to have a shawl on the go. And then what else have I got in here? What's this? Oh, apparently I'm knitting a pair of socks. Forgot about those. So, yep. So I've got a pair of socks on the go. And then I think this is actually another pair of socks. Yeah, this is the first of a pair of toe-up socks. This was supposed to be a Christmas present. Oh well. First of a pair of toe-up socks. First real sort of success with toe-up socks. Made years ago, and I never started the second. So I think I forgot what size I was doing. So just never picked that up. So I've got ball for that, and it is from Socks and Toe Up by Wendy Johnson. It's the mock cable socks. So yeah, so those are things that I'm working on yarn that I've got. I've also got the yarn for a jumper, the name of which has completely escaped me, so I might just put it on the screen. But I feel like a few people have been knitting it, talking about it. I had wanted to get this finished as like my Christmas jumper, but as you can see, I think I did a swatch and I didn't get gauge, so I needed to go away and think about it. And I just haven't thought about it yet, so, but it's always nice to have sweater quantity of yarn out and available, because I think a sweater is a really good thing to be working on. So yeah, I think that should keep me going for, you know, a good couple of months. But in case you haven't guessed, I'm like very much a mood knitter, so it's like, oh yeah, at the moment I'm in the mood for knitting on my shawl, so I'll knit on that for a little bit, and then like an hour later I'm like, this is boring, I want to knit on something else. So it's really important for my knitting mojo for me to have plenty of options, and I think I have plenty of options. So yeah, and then obviously I will have a pair of socks, my Christmassy socks, which will hopefully look something like this when they're done. So the I'm using Fairy Lights, which is the like variegated self-striping-y bit, and then I'm using one of their pink colourways for heels, toes and cuffs. So I think I'm going to be okay for knitting for a little while. Really want to try and not buy any new yarn next year, but we'll see how that goes. Yay!